First of all, let's define what a bulge is versus what doming is in the abdomen when you're self-assessing. I'm going to define doming as the separation and little ridge you'll see when you do these different self-assessments. There'll be a like flattening and then all of a sudden a lift or a dome in the middle of your belly. Sometimes a visible gap between the two rectus muscles, and definitely you'll be able to feel that gap when you palpate. Bulging, on the other hand, I'm going to define as when there's lack of control, when your abdomen just grips on and even pushes outward because it doesn't know how to draw in and stabilize. So you're just like trying to recruit everything you can in your abdominals and you just fire some muscles, but we can definitely improve the way those muscles are recruiting. So again, doming is this ridge we see in the middle of the abdomen. Bulging is like a pooch pushing out of the abdomen with these different movements.
The first position we're going to test to look for any gapping or bulging is lying down. The classic DRA check with a little head lift crunch. So expose your abdomen and get ready to palpate your abdominals. So we're checking the width, finger width of a gap this way across your body. Y'all are going to stay laying flat. I'll demonstrate by lifting my head and go ahead and start right at your belly button. Feel for any gapping, any bulging of the abdomen outward. And then let's just keep going. Keep the head lift. If you need a break, set it down and go a little bit lower, maybe a centimeter at a time. Check and see what you feel. Go ahead and look at your abdomen. If you see any pooching or bulging, note that. And let's take a break. Okay, now we're going to start at the belly button and go upwards. So lift the head, feel what's going on, feel for firmness, feel how far you can sink your fingers down. Go up a little bit more, all the way up to your sternum or breastbone, way up here. And note, if you can hold your head up, that kind of takes a long time. So if you get tired, reset your head, take a break, lift up, and check again. All right, take some notes on what you just observed. All right, next we're gonna stay on our back with knees bent, feet on the floor. One at a time, do a leg raise to see how our trunk activation and control coordinates with our use of our legs. So let's get started here. Straighten out one leg, keep the other knee bent up, and get ready to palpate. Feel starting at the belly button and lift a leg. Notice what happens. Is there any activation in the core at first? Is there stability? And just lift it up till the legs are about even. Is there rocking side to side in the pelvis here? Try it again. Go up above the belly button. Check for abdominal control. Is there a bulging or pooching out of the whole abdomen, or does it nicely draw in to really give you a corset of stability? So do this a few times. Feel free to hit pause and recheck if you need a little extra time. There might be a difference in each leg. So go ahead and switch legs. Lifting, control, what happens? Is one leg way stronger, way easier than the other? Take note, write it down. Track your observations so that you know and remember what you need to improve on, and so you can look back and realize how far you've come. And I've done a couple leg lifts now, feeling for varying differences side to side and what's going on specifically with each leg. Very functional for, of course, walking, running, returning to any kind of exercise. We want to make sure we have balance between each leg with core control and that our core is even activating with these leg raises.
All right, let's talk about more functional ways to test if you have a gap or lack of control in your abdomen or some kind of doming. Function means things that we do in our everyday life. So sitting, standing, twisting, reaching. The test we just did, lying down on the floor head lift, like how many times do we do that during our day? Maybe once or twice, getting out of bed, getting up off the floor, but these tests we're gonna do now are much more functional. Let's start sitting. Expose your abdomen and let's start palpating. Start right at the belly button and you're gonna lean back just slightly till you can feel it's a challenge and you wanna lose control but you don't. Start at your belly button and observe any gapping all the way down to the pubic bone. And this might be a challenge. Note if this is a particular movement you need to work on. Okay, take a break. Note what you felt, any gapping, any bulging. Did you look down and see anything? Did you feel unstable? Did you get back pain? Note all of these things, write them down. All right, let's start at the belly button, lean back and palpate upwards. See what you feel. And it might take more than just this tutorial. You might have to spend some time really assessing even after you shut the camera off. That's okay. All right, and returning to sit up. Now let's add in a twist. Classic mom example, twisting in the car, reaching back for the little ones, okay? Let's lean back first, controlled, and notice the difference too, from just leaning back and now add in a rotation. So much strain on your abdominals and such a vulnerable position for any gapping. Notice if the gapping gets worse. Oh, I had one finger gap with the normal lean back, but twisting, it just is strained and it widens. Maybe the gap is more up at the top now than at the bottom. So notice all these things, lean back and twisting. Okay, you got a good feel for it? Go ahead and sit up, shut the camera off, twist the other way, and we'll do another test next. All right, next, functionally, we're going to look at standing. Classic example, standing in the shower to wash your hair. You lean back and just feel, oh, so unstable, like your spine's gonna tip over, just not comfortable, or maybe back pain. You look down, you see that split in the middle. So stand on up and I'll show you my spine too. So think of arching from your breastbone up. Let's start there and start palpating. So from the top down is how we're going to arch our back. And notice any bulging, lack of control. Palpate for any splitting down the middle. And how I always start at your belly button and then work your way down. You might need to take a break, stand back up. All right, start at the belly button again. From your top down. And notice any changes. Notice I don't feel even on one side or the other. Notice I want to veer, rotate to one direction. Notice any back pain. Look down and see any differences in your abdominal wall. Okay, reset, take a little break, start at the belly button. Let's go for a standing and twisting. So twist from your trunk and kind of lean back and reach over. Might be vulnerable position. If it's too much pain, stop and just say, okay, pain, cannot do that. And that'll be a goal to be able to do that someday. All right, now that we've got sitting and standing covered, go ahead and stop the video and twist to the other side. Report all your findings, write them down so that you notice. All right, go ahead and hit pause And let's do the lean back, twisting the other way. Write down all your findings, all the details, so that you remember what's going on and you can track your progress to see how much you've improved, especially functionally.